Welcome. I want to say thanks. I can't tell me how many times I've prepared to come up here, and I think, oh, I gotta thank MAP for what a great job they do for us, and I just get going and get excited. Your heart gets pumping up here. I invariably forget. So this time I put it in the PowerPoint to remind myself to thank some people that that make this all happen. MAP, obviously, duh, we would not be here without them. Had some success, although the economy's been tough, succeeding in challenging times. We've been able to do that. And I think I've got a little bit of a couple of slides here, some of our recipes of success and what it means for your company. TSI has been on a steady growth path. This is Inc. 5000. Third year running, we've got awarded as one of the fastest growing companies. Look at some of the key factors here. How does this apply to what you guys do in your industry and what we see as we interact with your company? Obviously, hard work goes to implementation. Hopefully, you guys here are to learn how to further implement your software, and I say this every year, and Kim Staten always gives me a hard time about it, but it's about taking advantage of the investment you already have. That's why you should be here. Your companies are invested probably at least $50,000 more, probably in the range of $150,000. If you add in your training cost, you could be very easily into $250,000 to $500,000 invested into the software that is here at the show here. And because there's so many features in there and so many products in there, that you could further leverage that investment with a little bit of training, either through the sessions here or formal training from TSI, to be able to leverage that investment. But it takes work to do that. And it takes, to get innovation to happen within your company, it takes work, and you have to step forward and make it happen. In terms of people, you have to have people in your organization that support what the innovative vision is for your company. And in lean times and challenging times, sometimes the people within your organization, I'll flat out have to say it, I think some people, either they're on board or they are out the door. That's the way it works at TSI. If someone's not sharing in our vision and what we're doing, and they're constantly fighting us, they're the wrong fit for our organization. You're not going to get your innovation vision established and implemented. And the best example of this is in the estimating module. I think this year and last year as well, the implementation of estimating and the will to implement estimating within our user base has increased massively. And when you start hearing the success stories of companies like McDonald Miller or Hill Mechanical, MCORT, Fagan, these companies have successfully leveraged being able to take innovation to the next level. Okay? A lot of people, when they first saw our products, when we first showed it to you in the demo, and you saw the estimating module there, and it could have been a CAD operator or the owner of the company, and they see it right away. What an estimator sees is work, okay? But the key is to get the innovation vision across your entire company. So I'm not telling you to go out and fire anybody. I'm just saying that to have success, to be able to push a vision across your entire organization, if you want to push it out there to make it happen, these are the key factors I think you need to make it happen. And every year I talk about what is it going to get the group to embrace the changes that are taking place in the software. And design line, I think, is the one that I track every year up here, talking about it. Is anyone using it? And this is the year you need to get on board with design line, because a lot of things are coming down the pike. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. There's a lot of things pending on a design line. And hopefully, if you're not implemented in a design line, trip on that carpet, you should. You need to take a look at it. Things like F2E in CAD, any sort of interoperability with Revit, interoperability with MEP, just list goes on and on. I mean, there's so many things that are impinging on that. Hanger, autofill for hangers, even if you didn't use design line when you created it. There's a lot of things that design line will do for you. So don't be afraid. Dig into it. Go to the classes. Learn about it. Okay? There's a lot of good stuff there. What we've done, basically, is we've taken the innovative technology of MAP. We've taken the knowledge of people that come from the industry, like Lewis and Brian and Greg and Bernie and Ian and those guys, and we've put together the TSI content that's specific to our market. That includes Trimble, that includes the nomenclature, all that information, working with companies like Trimble, pulling those solutions together to manufacturing BIM tools, okay? And I cringe like that because I know everyone in the room here just cringes when they heard the word BIM. It's almost offensive to the folks in the room here that have been doing it for that many years. The reason that we've carved out the kind of the name of manufacturing BIM is because you do have the Autodesk giant out there talking about BIM, and unfortunately that definition is too broad for us. And so we've been working with educating the industry about design BIM versus manufacturing BIM. And of course, manufacturing BIM is just the new word for, you know, CAD, CAM, and spooling and prefabrication stuff that we've been doing for years. But it is important for us to kind of carve out and not get run over by the machine, or ground up in the machine, as it were. And so in terms of the word BIM, we've embraced it in our literature, we've embraced it in our marketing materials, we've embraced it in the fact that it's a wave, that our success has been built on that wave. Fortunately, MAP has a product that is right spot on BIM before it was even here. And I know a lot of guys in this room have been using that for a long time. So I was talking to some people last night at the cocktail reception, and every time the word BIM comes up, the shoulders go up and down. BIM, you know, what a joke that is. But it is there. We can't ignore it. We got to roll with it. I can tell you right now, the word BIM and the word Revit is the future. That's not even the future. It's here. We're flying out here with Trent. He's the Northwest Regional Sales Manager, lives in Sacramento as I do. And I don't know if it was the context of a customer. He was saying, you know, how the perception of TSI is a nickel and diming, you know, nickel and diming every time they turn around. So this is the flip side of that coin of being nickel and dimed. I would much rather apologize for having a solution with a price on it to not having a solution at all. Okay, I'd hate to be in the position of our competitors when Revit is everywhere and there's nothing solution, no vision, nothing. I'd hate to be in the position of having to download to a cutter and have to go through a text file or an XML, which is basically a fancy text file, to make that happen. You know, I'd hate to be in the position of a competitive software where there is no estimating solution, you have to go to somebody else. Okay? So I have no problem apologizing for the fact that we've got solutions. They're all valid solutions. A lot of cases, customers are asking us for more solutions. Where's your fire protection? You know, we've had people ask us for steel, project management, all sorts of stuff. Okay, so we are not in the game of trying to nickel and dime or constantly upsell what's going on. There are solutions. If I was to give you one package and it was $100,000 and you were a duct-only guy, you'd say, well, I don't need the piping side. Okay, we'll split it out. So now you got duct and you've got pipe. It's a single database. Okay? It doesn't change the fact that the content's got to be created, the report's got to be changed, the support person has to be specific, the trainer's got to be specific in the industry. It is a separate package, it just happens to be on the same database. So I just wanted to point that out. We feel very strong that we offer the MEP industry some really, really good solutions. I don't even know if there's another program out there you can even do just CAD, the mech and the pipe, the duct and the pipe together in a CAD drawing, let alone send it out to its own Excel spreadsheet with estimating, with labor, with material, pricing, order it, deliver it to the job site, prefabricate it, barcode it, scan it, and tell you how much labor it should have been. Okay? Sorry to nickel and dime, but the solution is there. In your guys' process, while you're here thinking about what are you here for? What's the purpose of coming to the user group meeting? Hopefully it's to leverage the technology that you see.